Alright guys, it is morning of day 3 BronyCon. Don't really have too much planned for today. I only am planning on going to 2 panels and then obviously the closing ceremony. But otherwise I'm just going to be hanging around, seeing what goes on sale down in the market, and just hopefully run into some more people and hang out with you guys. So, see how it goes.
It's Sunday.
No.
Yeah. You got a whole day. Anybody leaving today to head back? Or anybody from Baltimore? Oh, so you go to the local cons, like 90% of everybody is from local. So, getting some feedback. Oh, very sensitive. Alright. But anyways, good morning. This is going to be a very informative panel. Is there anybody here that's looking to be like getting into 3D animation or into animation in general? As a hobby or as a profession? As a hobby? Okay, that's the best way to do it.
Yeah.
So actually this is going to be a lot from a hobbyist perspective, because I have no professional background. I'll go over that too. That's why
Yeah, I'm a 3D animation student down in Humber within Canada, and I'm on my 3rd year, and I'm going to be into the animation industry, and I'm a bit scared, but it's fun. It's fun.
And I work in the medical field in quality compliance. So
you would never expect that.
So yeah, I don't touch as a profession, and I don't want to, because you turn something that's fun into a job, and it kind of loses the fun. So
yeah.
So like I said, this is gonna be very informative, but I will try to push through it so that I can get some time for questions. So just a little bit about me, or I'm going to cover a little bit about me. I'm going to go over some of the 12 principles of animation. Does anybody know what those are? Ever heard of them before? Okay, it's something that, like, if you're in animation, you need to know. And so I'll go over some of those in terms of what you would see from a 3D perspective. Also, making an animation isn't just about animating. It's also about
getting proper audio.
Yeah. It's also about cinematography, camera placement. There's a lot more to it because you're making a video, not just an animation. So, but I know that a lot of people are going to be starting out, so I'm going to go over some tips for getting started and just some tips for making awesome videos. Just different things I've learned. A little bit of software, and then any questions you guys may have. So, about me, I've been doing this for about 6 years. I have, I think now, over 8,000 hours in Source Filmmaker, though a few thousand of that's probably render time. But I'm self-taught. I started 6 years ago, and it just so a lot of this has been learned from experience and just from trial and error, which is, I think, the best teacher. But I have no current or expected career, and just some fancy stuff to make the slide look better.
So, I guess we're just going to go down the line and introduce ourselves first. This is the Managing a Fan Community panel. We have staff from both Derpy Brewer and Ponyverse talking about what it takes to create, build, manage, and grow a community in the fandom. So like I said, we're going to start by introducing ourselves. I am Apple Dash, or Feather Freight, and I am the chair of Ponyverse, but nobody actually knows that because I just sort of hide in the background. And what about you?
I'm Mercury, or, I go by a whole bunch of different names, but my last holdout Pony OC is Mercury, so that's what I'm going by here. I'm the PR lead for Ponyverse, and I also put out the server fires every day. So.
Hi, I'm Lashes.
Woo!
Yeah. I'm still kind of loosely affiliated with Ponyverse at this point. I'm on the fringes of the PR side of things. Most of my experience comes from other communities, like the Tory Bash community and some other miscellaneous small forums in the past. But yeah, we should probably introduce those guys too, though.
But I've just got a quick thing to say, which is before we introduce the staff of Derpy Brewer, I'm sure you all know who Derpy Brewer are, but Ponyverse is a super community that manages a few different organizations like MLP Forums, Equestria TV, Pony.fm, Ponyville Live, and Pony Arcade, which used to be Pony MC. And now we'll introduce the Derpy Brewer staff.
And if somehow you don't know what Derpy Brewer is, we are the largest sport community and image sport within the MLP fandom. We have about 1.7 million images hosted on our site. Everything from artwork to pictures of plushies to like caption screenshots from the show. So we got a little bit of everything with about 250,000 members and a really big bandwidth bill, about 120 terabytes of data a month. I'm Joey. I'm the head of public relations for Derpy Brewer, and I've been with the site for about 3 years.
I'm Mr. Meow. I'm a programmer at Derpy Brewer and local mascot, besides cat. I basically do the job of the cat, honestly, just sleeping on the servers and, you know, making them go slower. But sometimes when the servers catch fire, I know where the fire extinguisher is, so yeah.
It's also the reason we get so many hairballs in the calling fans.
Oh yeah, I'm also known to, you know, drunk deploy everything, basically, just code it and deploy it without testing. And that's why not a lot of people like me.
I guess I'm also vaguely affiliated with Derpy Brewer in that sometimes I'm a developer there, but I'm like busy and stuff, so it doesn't always happen. And we have a 6th panelist who's returning from last year. We have Cloudquake. Unfortunately, he won't be doing much talking, but I heard he was the most popular panelist last year, so we brought him back for another year.
Oh, yay!
Dream or shoot for want to thank you so much for spreading friendship with each other so well. Everybody that I met this weekend was just so wonderful and inviting and kind. Thank you so much for spreading the message of friendship to each other.
All right, guys. Who was at the concerts? Great nights of music. Oh my gosh, it was insane. You guys saw Gabe and Michelle last night? Who saw Odyssey? Yeah? Oh my gosh, it was such a blast. I had so much fun. I'm so glad you guys had fun too.
And I hope everyone got a chance to go to the marketplace.
Yeah!
Rest in peace, my wallet. Art show, charity auction.
Good time.
Thank you all so much for coming out to BronyCon 2018. Yeah, that's a wonderful weekend as the two of us did.
It has been completely crazy. I don't know how it's Sunday already. I could swear it was Tuesday last night.
I feel that. It is my pleasure to announce the number of attendees we had at this year's BronyCon. 5,465 of you came out to celebrate with us in Baltimore for one more year. Thank you all so much.
Awesome, thank you.
Not only that, but all 5,465 of you made some incredible charitable contributions this weekend to the tune of, drumroll please,
$27,494 and an extra $252 that we hadn't added in yet.
This has been an absolutely wonderful weekend, thanks to each and every one of you. So thank you again for coming out.
I just have to echo that.
We would like to call up on stage some of our VIPs and community guests who have stuck around to close out this event with us. Yay! First up, Peter New. And Michelle Cleaver.
Next up, we would like to also welcome Tony Fleece, Sarah Richard, and Jay Fosgett.
From our community guest lineup, we have Scribbler.
BronyCon 2018, wow, just keeps getting better, hey? Every year. Oh, I like that. You know, it always amazes me how many people come up to the table and say, this is my first time at BronyCon. You know, there's always, so let's do, like, raise your hand if this is your first time at BronyCon. Yeah! See, right, it's so crazy every single time. Yeah, Gabe and I are just always so honored to be here. We have a blast, and the concert last night, so much fun. Really, really, really big round of applause to everybody working behind the scenes. They make all of this happen. Everybody there, everybody like the autograph hole. Everywhere you look, there's somebody in a blue collar shirt who's doing all the work. So yeah, so much fun, and enjoy BronyCon 2019.
Yeah, just an addendum. There better be another one. I can't get a confirmation, but anyway. Yes, so yeah, it's, like Michelle said, it's incredible, it's amazing to see you guys every time, coming and meeting every single one of you. It's a wonderful experience for us. And just thank you so much for caring about, not just about what we do and about what the show is, but about just caring in general, caring for each other. This community is the kind of community that can change the world, and it's awesome to be a part of that in any way. So, thank you guys.
100% what they both just said. I don't want to go on and on like they did, but no, you guys have been incredible. It's been such a beautiful weekend, and it's renewed my faith in this fandom and this kind of thing. Like, you're beautiful, beautiful people. Thank you so much for doing what you do, and thank you to the con for doing what you do. This has been great, and I hope it happens again.
It's my 5th BronyCon in a row. Every year gets better. So I have to go back to my hotel room now and draw for the rest of you that I'm not finished with yet. I'll be calling you all tonight, or mailing stuff to you. So I love you guys. Thank you so much, Baltimore. I assume I'll see you next year. Fingers crossed.
This is my first ever BronyCon. I've been doing comic book conventions for the last 10 years, and I can honestly say this is the greatest convention I've ever done, Brony or otherwise. So thank you for letting me be a part of all you guys and be a part of this fandom.
Hey guys, thank you so much. This was my second BronyCon, and it was awesome, just like the first one too. So many cool things have happened. We got to see our Brony wedding last night, so congratulations to Amethyst and Zira. Thank you so much for be a part of it. That was great. And Boogie Hoops is my spirit animal as well. Thank you so much.
Hi everyone, this was my third ever BronyCon, my first time ever at any con ever being a community guest. And you have made this an amazing experience. So, have we had a good BronyCon? Yeah! I can't hear you. Have we had a good BronyCon?
Yeah! Alright, thank you all so much for coming out. It was an absolute pleasure to have you at this year's event. Safe travels. We were talking about numbers a little earlier. There are a number of items still in our Lost and Found, so if you've lost something during BronyCon, please go to room 336 before you leave. We might just have what you're looking for. Next up, I'd like to give a very special thank you to some incredibly generous attendees. These attendees have gone above and beyond in their support of this event. I'd like to read their names. They are Amanda Croft, Anakin Edmonds, Brandon Vowles, Campbell Jefferson, Katra Tigris, Chris Tigris, Dustin Gaiderowitz, Jared Wiley, Jeremy Sullivan, Kathy Nesty, Casey Burgos, Curtis Martin, Nathan Glenn, Richard Welsh, Sarah Zuli, Steve Barnes, Tim Madsen, Tyler Hayden, Vincent Serino, and Zachary Roberts. Please give them a big round of applause.
And for those of you whose names we got wrong, we do apologize. We did our best.
Very true. My apologies. Finally, this convention would not be possible without an incredibly hardworking and dedicated team behind the scenes. It is my pleasure to call up to the stage our department heads and deputies of each and every department that makes BronyCon what it is. First up, Chief of Staff, Kristen Staten-Height and Eli Morris Heft.
Next up, our design team, Lauren Herda and Emily Bennett.
Our head of events is Justin Yoon.
Our finance team, Troy Smith.
And Christine Wright, who unfortunately could not be here with us for this weekend.
For Marketplace, we welcome Mike Carney and Jason Spriggs.
From Operations, we have Josh Dean and Jeffrey Hyatt.
From Photography, Dan Grape and Jason Brown.
Our Public Relations is headed by Michael Batista.
Registration, we have Robert Stosky and Daniel Sclafani.
Our Secretary Department, Graham Northup and Grant Brady.
Our security team, Eve Miller and John Franco Batista.
And VIP Relations, Andrea Babant and Jim Dyson. Finally, there is one more staffer that I would like to call up to the stage. Although he is not a department head or deputy, he has worked at that level across many departments this year, and you've seen much of his efforts throughout BronyCon. I would like to welcome to the stage Eric Houston. He'll come up one of these days.
Run, GB, run.
Thank you all so much. One more round of applause, not just for everyone on stage, but for the many other people whose names are shown on screen who helped make this event possible.
To each and every one of our staff,
my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Everybody, you will not believe the news I just got.
What is it? What is it? What is it? What's it?
I just got this letter in the mail. The Rainbows want me to go on their first world tour with them as their opening act.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing!
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Guys, look at this letter! I just got accepted into my dream art school in Las Vegas. They only take 50 ponies a year and I'm in! Oh my gosh, that's amazing! And I start in fall of 2019.
I leave at the end of August 2019 from Manhattan to play Madison Stable Garden. Oh my gosh! I'm so excited! Oh my, this is so amazing! I can't believe this. Oh my gosh. I don't know, I gotta think about it. I got to put so much thought into it. I got to plan, I got to...
What about us? We love you! We love you!
All right, everyone, let's talk about next year. Next year, we're going to make history. BronyCon 2019 will take place August 1st through the 4th, right here at the beautiful Baltimore Convention Center. You heard right. It's going to be a 4-day event. Biggest and best party this fandom has ever seen. But there's a reason we're throwing the party of a lifetime next year. As the curtains close on this chapter of BronyCon, we're also choosing to end the event next year. And it grew into something bigger than any of us could ever have imagined. And although we could return to our smaller roots, we feel if we did that, we would no longer be BronyCon. So instead, we want to send BronyCon out with the giant celebration it deserves. We're going to need every last one of you to join us in building one last weekend to remember. Because when we get together in Baltimore next summer, it's not just going to be for a celebration of the show. It's going to be a celebration by the community, for the community, and of the community, of the friendships you've made, the adventures you've had, and the wonderful world you've helped bring to life. Take a look around, because every person in this room is an essential part of our community, our family, and we couldn't have done it without every one of you. So if you're able to join us, start thinking about what you're going to do to make your final BronyCon special. Start thinking about what would make it a weekend you'll remember for the rest of your life, and then do it. Help us make history, help us make memories, and help us give BronyCon the send-off it deserves. I hope you can join us in Baltimore next summer, because together, we're going to build something beautiful one last time. Thank you, and we'll see you next August.
BronyCon!
BronyCon! BronyCon! BronyCon! BronyCon! BronyCon! BronyCon!
Alright guys, it is the end of the third day of BronyCon. It ended almost, it feels like it ended almost as soon as it started, to be honest. But it was a blast. I had a lot of fun at this convention. I only went to two more panels earlier when the convention started. And after that, it was just, go hang around in the vendor hall, try to see if there's any last minute purchases I wanted to make, which I didn't, which is probably a good thing, because, I pretty much spent all my money just buying this gigantic Daybreaker plushie right there. That put a big chunk into my checking account. But, yeah, so... I've been to two other conventions before this. I've been to one called HeroesCon, and I've been to SuperCon, both of which are in North Carolina. And HeroesCon was more of a, both of them were really just gigantic vendor halls. Just one, HeroesCon having a lot more comic book stuff in it, and SuperCon having some actors there to do autographs and folders or whatever. So I kind of knew BronyCon was gonna be a little different, mainly because I've seen that they do panels, but it wasn't until I actually came here for my first time that I realized just how different this was. They had the whole ballroom floor for vendors only, and then you had like 3 more levels of just everything else, and it was crazy. It was just one giant party convention. I loved it. My battery just almost went empty there for a second. But yeah, had a lot of fun with this. Sadly, they announced that it's gonna be next year is gonna be the final BronyCon. I'm really sad to hear that, but it will be 4 days. So as soon as I spend the next few weeks paying off this, paying off what I need to, the money for the hotel and everything, and for this gigantic plushie on my bed, you can bet that I'm going to start saving up for next year, because I'm not going to miss a 4-day event like this. This was fun. Cause it was, I have a couple of friends in real life that are into the fandom as well, but it's only like 2 or 3 of them. So actually going to a whole convention and being around everyone that's into this fandom as well, that's a whole different experience, and I loved every minute of it. And I'm really sad to have to leave now, but yeah, so gonna be heading back tomorrow in the morning, and I will start working on these videos so you can actually see these videos. And then I'll get back to doing actual reactions on top of working. Yay! Alright, so with that was the end of my first BronyCon adventure. Thank you for you guys for sharing it with me. Thank you for everyone who stopped by and said hi, took selfies or whatever. And I will see you guys in the next video, and hopefully next year at BronyCon. Take it easy.